I'm Annie Wagner, and welcome to Banter. Real talk, real life, and just enough chaos to keep it interesting. So grab a coffee or a glass of wine, relax and open your mind, and let's go. Welcome to episode 22 of Banter, Real Talk, Real Life. I'm so excited to be here today, and I hope you've all had a really good week. What was so wonderful were the few days of sunshine. Yes, they were followed up with days of rain, but they were joyous, I have to say. I had a great week. I managed to have less brain fog and was able to do a lot of work, which was great. Good feeling of satisfaction. And I caught up with some old friends on Friday. They're old school friends of mine who, even though we're in our 50s, let me just say early 50s, we just feel exactly the same as we did 30, 40 years ago. And the funny thing is when I looked at them, I even feel they look the same. It's so weird how that happens. It was joyous. But one of the loveliest things was my interview, which is coming up now. And I really enjoyed talking to my lovely guest. So without any further delay, I hope you can sit back, relax, enjoy this interview, and let me know what you think. Real talk, real life. So with me today is Jackie Upton. For more than 20 years, Jackie hasn't just been fitting bras and swimwear. She's been championing women's health, from supporting women through pregnancy and post-surgery recovery to being a powerful advocate around menopause and HRT. She's created a space where honest conversations happen. She regularly hosts informative talks in her shop to raise awareness and give women the confidence to make informed decisions about their bodies. Her impact has not gone unnoticed. Sheen Uncovered, her gorgeous local boutique, was selected for the UK's Small Business Saturday Small Biz 100, recognising it among the country's top 100 small businesses. That recognition led to invitations to celebrate 10 Downing Street and also at the Houses of Parliament. A proud moment for an independent business rooted in community care. And on a personal note, I'm incredibly grateful to Jackie. It was through conversations with her that I felt truly comfortable exploring HRT myself. And over the years, you have helped me with numerous swimwear decisions and times when I felt so low. So thank you so much, Jackie, for coming today. And it means the world to me that you're here.
Oh, wow. Now
I
don't know what to say. That's like affected my mascara this morning, but thank you.
No.
It's been quite a ride.
Yeah, it has.
And it continues.
Oh, I never read things out, Jackie, but I wanted to read that out today because I wanted to mention all those things about you because it's so important.
You're very kind. And, without my customers' support like that, we wouldn't have the community that we've got. And, I put women at the heart of everything.
Yeah.
And that comes from a very genuine place. So I'm very grateful. And it's been quite a year.
Yeah. It's been exciting.
Yeah, it has. It's been a really positive, exciting year in what is quite a challenging environment. Retail, if we just take the retail side of things, it's really, really hard. And it's really hard to get your genuine voice across when there's so much noise on different platforms and, in Instagram and online shopping and that kind of noise is very, very hard to blot out. And it's very hard to build a community through a retail space, where people have actually got to be called to action. They've got to come through the door. And that's not easy. So it's been challenging. And that is a definite change in 26 years.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, from my perspective, I have been coming to you over the years for many years.
Yeah.
Before I had kids, during my
every
oldest is
stage
18. And I can only say from my perspective, there is nowhere where you have a retail space where you can go in and the person just knows you. They know, okay, this is what's going to look good. Try this, try that. And even actually, Jackie, your staff are amazing. If you're not there, they'll just be like, oh, okay, now this is going to be great. And that is so rare this day and age. It's so special. And I mean, I can only imagine the challenges for you to create that service, give that service rather. And having perhaps people going, oh, great, I love this. And then suddenly writing down the details, taking a photo, and then going online.
And it happened. Sadly, it happened. And I think information has become very public. It's something that isn't valued in the same way because it's so available. So if it's a one-to-one, it's almost an extension of that. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for that information. And then the opportunity to go and buy it cheaper or whatever. I mean, it doesn't actually work like that. But I think that is one of the biggest changes. I think expertise in whatever field you're in, and selling as such or being passionate about a project is completely devalued now. Because there's, even things like AI, you can go on AI. But interestingly, if you do go on AI and ask about how to fit a bra, it does say go and speak to a human, which I think is like, okay, I'll take that. Okay, if we go back a little bit, girls they don't tend to come into a shop like ours and browse. They make a conscious decision to come into a lingerie boutique. It's not like browsing fashion. So when you've made that decision to come in, you need to be looked after right from the get-go. It's my feeling about it. And we like to pick up our customers and nurture them right from the start. It is quite a foreign environment for anybody under the age of 30. I mean, they don't even know that bra fitting is a thing. And the way people take in information, they're quite suspicious. The younger generation are quite suspicious. My core customer that's been with us, like you, know to trust us. But the only way we can gain trust from people is by coming in and having that experience, because without that, you don't know what you're up against. You don't know what we can do because you've been doing that in your own bedrooms. You've been buying 5 different dresses and all of them disappoint you. And it may be that they're just the wrong size. They're not the right shape, but we don't know that because we're doing it solo a lot of the time when you do things online. Whereas we get so many dresses in that we need, can I fix me with a bra? And it's like, well, absolutely, but the dress is too big. It needs, and those kind of details. I don't care what we sell you as long as we sell you the right thing. It doesn't matter what brand I sell you, doesn't matter what shape, doesn't matter what colour, as long as you are the focus and you've got what you want. And that's a very different way from saying, here's one product, buy, sell on Instagram because I'm promoting my company, my one product that's probably doesn't meet your expectation when you receive it. And there's lots of dissing of information. There's so much bad information out there.
That's true.
So much bad information and wrong information.
So let me ask you, what are the most common sort of issues or mistakes that you see women making with their bra choice, and that when they come to you, you're like, oh dear God. I mean, not that you're saying that.
Well, I am sometimes.
Exactly. But what are the sort of things that you see that you think, hang on, this is what women need to be aware of or look out for?
There's common mistakes, and they're very common mistakes. And it's almost like, here we go again. In our minds, because every girl that I will come across comes to us because it's almost like a last resort, which is a shame. It's a shame that that's the case, but they've been let down everywhere else. And the reason they're let down is because they are literally looking at the wrong thing.
So the wrong size.
The wrong size. So 99% of the time, the back of the bra is always too big. Always.
Interesting.
And the cup size is always too small. And then there's the misunderstanding about how that untangles. So the back measurement is relevant to the cup size. So if you change one, you have to change the other. So if a girl comes in and said, I've put on loads of weight, I've gone from a 36B to a 38B, she's changed the cup size and the back size. It's going to be wrong. It cannot be right. So it's all about proportion. And we're 3-dimensional, you know, and we wouldn't suffer an ill-fitting pair of shoes, but we seem to think it's okay to suffer with an ill-fitting bra. It's really interesting psychology. And the other part of the psychology is that to tell a younger person or even a more mature person that they've been getting it wrong all their lives. Yeah. It's a really hard thing to tell someone. But when we've got pride in ourselves, we think we've got it right. Yeah. And then we're saying, well, actually, if you do this and this, it's going to be so much better. Yeah. You're not telling someone off. We're always quite excited because we know the difference we can make. We know that actually that's going to be life-changing. But you have to do that in a really understanding way. And I genuinely believe our team do that because we know that it's all misinformation out there. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we know that everybody gets it wrong because there is no accurate information. And as a small independent boutique, and there's lots of us across the country, it's not just me, you know, we've got a massive, fantastic network of small independent lingerie boutiques that are struggling to get our message heard. All we care about is getting it right. Because we want you to come back. Yeah. And if you look good and you feel good, we look good. Yeah. And then you spread the word and then we spread the community. Yeah. That's how it works.
And I remember you saying to me once, you said, listen, Annie, you only need a couple. You only need 2. And I think that's something that when you said that to me, it actually felt quite liberating because I was like, okay, a good one is, say, not as cheap as, say, what I'd find in M&S.
Absolutely.
And you'd say to me, well, hang on, you only need 2. The most amazing thought for me was, I only ever I have my go-to. Yeah. The 2. There might be 10 in the drawer. Yeah. But you still only go to those 2.
Because they fit correctly and they make you feel good and you look right. I mean, you know, quality seems to be a dirty word. Yeah. You know, saying things like buy well, buy once, or it's an investment, or they are more expensive, but this is why, seems to be a negative. For me, it's only anything but a positive. I mean, you know, over a year, if you feel good and you look good underneath, it's everything. You can wear a cheap t-shirt and an expensive bra. If you've got an expensive dress and you want to look fabulous and a really ill-fitting bra, you're not going to look good. However, whatever anyone says, you are not going to look neat, in proportion, in shape. Now, that can be a multiple different kind of bras, but it will make you feel better. So that investment, I mean, it's, you know, how much is a takeaway coffee? Yeah. How much is a bottle of wine? How much is a meal out? You're talking about one of those things
that you're wearing every day.
That you're wearing every day. You know, when girls come in and say, oh, I don't care about it, doesn't matter. I think, who are you giving up on here? You know, you're not doing it for someone else. You're doing it to make you feel fabulous. Because if we feel good, it projects.
That's so true.
It projects.
That is so true.
That energy projects. If you put on a grey, mouldy old bra, that's how you're going to feel.
Yeah, that's so true.
I've done it myself. Yeah. You know, I have done it myself. I think, oh, I'll just put that on. I'm doing the gardening. And I'm thinking, why did I do that? I feel really uncomfortable and miserable.
Yeah. Oh my God. You know, it's just making me think of this time where, you know, on Instagram, there's so many of these ads for this. Oh, no more wires, no more digging. Yeah. Put this on. So I remember getting this one bra and coming into your shop. And I said to you, Jackie, and you just took one look at it. And it was honestly the most ugly thing known to mankind. And you just said to me, what the hell are you wearing? That is so ugly. Oh, and
sorry.
But the funny thing is I almost felt by being bombarded by all this imaging that I actually had changed my mind thinking, well, it's not about, I loved some of the ones I got from you, which is so flattering and your boobs are going, you know, in a nice way. I was like, no, it's all about, and it was like some design that was flattening them and just, you know, and I thought at that time, that's what I needed. And this is actually the right way to be. And then you said to me, Annie, it can still be comfortable and look good. And then straight away you came out with this lace thing. And I was just like, it felt life-changing at that moment. Do you remember?
I do. And it's that kind of experience that I absolutely thrive on.
Yeah.
Because I know that bras don't have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I know that underwires aren't bad for you. I've done all the research that you could possibly do, because if I thought I was selling something that was harming a woman, harming myself, would I encourage that?
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. I mean, I have amazingly strong relationships with a lot of breast surgeons. So I've done my research. I know that underwires aren't bad for you. So anyone that says there's a company out there at the moment that is saying she believes that underwires are going to be banned in the next 10 years.
Oh, God.
I mean, it shows so much lack of incitement to me, because even if her space is selling soft cut bras, don't slate off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another industry around an industry that you are trying to be a part of. You can be a part of something. You don't need to make totally irrational statements in order to sell your product. That's wrong. That's not how you do things.
Yeah.
And I think, underwire bras, it's just like wearing a last in your shoe. It is just there for support, shape. We spend our whole lives as women trying to uplift everything.
Yeah.
But there is this huge trend now to squash everything and flatten it out. It's going to be an extraordinary next generation.
Yeah.
And I think it's because fashion obviously comes in cycles, but nobody really wants their boobs around their waist. And that's,
absolutely not. And as you get older, the uplift is even more important.
It's so fascinating to me, but it's complicated. We need professionals. We need experts in our field. And I'm afraid the high street is really not putting women at the centre of things. And if we look at department stores, and if we look at other stores that, I shouldn't really mention, but I think we know what I'm saying. If 70 or 80% of people are shopping in one store and 78% of people are wearing the wrong size bra, there's a massive message there. And if you're producing a product that's only function is there to give the shareholders profit, because they're producing a garment for £10, £15, £20, their margin has to be of a certain set. So they're told to go out and produce a bra that retails at that gives us that. My industry, at the level of which I'm selling things, my products that are best in the world have a completely different approach. How can we sell the best bra, the best fitting, the most comfortable product for a woman in her life every day? Completely different emphasis.
Yeah.
Completely different emphasis. They're putting women at the heart of everything they do. Every brand I sell. And I sell multiple brands. These department stores, they're not doing that. They're looking at a SKU, and it might as well be a toothpick. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being hard. I am being harsh, because there is an element that... But ultimately, they're looking at their shareholders, not at each individual, every woman, because if they were, they wouldn't be selling what they're selling.
Well, I'm sure that they're run by men who, at the end of the day, it's the bottom line that matters.
It's always the bottom line.
And actually, even like the store, I think you were mentioning, with 80% going there, I do think that I was curious to see what they offered. At one point, and I just went there.
Of course.
And they made it so hard, Jackie, for a bra fitting. Not for myself. I remember for someone I was with, and they said, I'm going to just book it in. It was like 2-3 weeks waiting list, and then this ridiculous time. And I was like, why? And for that shop to offer that service, like you're just walking in, you're buying a bra, why can't you just go? And the women weren't doing anything. They said, it's not the allocated time slot. There's no bra fittings.
But there isn't the staff. And unfortunately, I mean, it's historical, over the years, bank managers and accountants hate lingerie boutiques. They also hate bookshops, but for the same reason, is because our stock holding and our understanding of our stock v what we sell is completely disproportionate. So we have huge high levels of stock, because we have to cover the spec.
Right.
So if you go into a store and they don't cover your sizes, but they're going to fit you into what they sell, and they're also not going to invest in staff. I have to invest in my staff. My staff are the people that are going to care for you. And that's expensive.
Yeah.
And what's happening with the economy and the way that world is going, people are becoming irrelevant. So investing in women caring for women is not, it's almost, again, it's like a dirty word. It's like we can't invest in somebody kind and care. I mean, even the environment that you're going to, even the changing room environment, you've got a gap at the top of the fitting room and at the bottom. So everyone can overhear that conversation. Who is going to give a candid approach to how they feel if they feel like they're in some sort of hospital environment with people walking past and potentially men walking past the door as well these days? It's really complex and nuanced, and nobody is looking at that holistically. If these department stores were doing a good job, it would only benefit everybody. I don't see it as a threat, because if everyone's doing the job and putting women at the centre of everything, organically that can be incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. We need a garment to support and give us confidence. We have boobs.
Yeah.
Men don't. You know, we have to have some understanding of the complexity of what that means for a woman. And also, you know, we have a lot of issues around our boobs.
Yeah.
Huge issues.
That's so
What
true.
do they represent? What do they mean? Are they there just as a feeding tool? Are they there for men's indulgence? Are they there for our body confidence? And then they go and attack us. You know, then they try to kill us. You know, we don't have a good relationship with our boobs. Who touches their breasts?
Yeah.
Very
that's
few
true.
women. Very few women can actually put their hands on their breasts. Some women that come into change can't even look at themselves.
God.
You know, we have a very complex relationship that needs to be celebrated and encouraged and nurtured and looked after. And it's not done anywhere out there. I mean, hopefully it's done.
Except in Sheen Uncovered.
And I will shout out other independent lingerie boutiques as well, because obviously for me, as a business, if I look at it as a business, it's tough.
It's
You know,
really tough.
our overheads are really high. My business rates, everything has gone up. Everything. And it makes it hard because, you know, I want to invest in my staff. I want to invest in my stock, so I've got the right thing for the right people. It's empathy. We have huge amounts of care in what we do.
That is
but
definitely
it doesn't pay the
true.
bills.
I know.
It doesn't pay the bills. And that's
the struggle.
That's the struggle. And that's the heaviness that I have to deal with, you know.
Yeah.
That's the bit that gets me, that it's just not easy to care anymore.
Well, I think for a community like this where we live,
we're lucky.
in the Richmond area, one of the things that's so lovely is word of mouth. And obviously loyalty. And I mean, you know, one of my greatest joys is on a Friday with one of my friends coming into your shop and just like mooching around and, you know, and I just pray that just continues, because obviously death of the high street is a really scary, valid thing.
Really scary.
I go into Richmond, which is such a beautiful shopping area.
Devastating.
It's devastating. But I do feel like, funnily enough, when I see your shop and little shops like that, I just have, it keeps the hope alive, Jackie. And I'm just so grateful that you're doing this. And I know it's such a challenge, but it means a lot for a lot of people.
It does. It really, I know it does. And we're very lucky in that if somebody does shop with us, in the main, we've got them. And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, honestly, I know I've got 3 generations over the years.
Yeah,
you know, we've got grandparents and mums and daughters, and now they're having their own babies. So it is
that's really
hugely rewarding, hugely rewarding. But we need new customers. We need We need help, not because it's about me earning loads of money and driving, that is so not what small businesses are about. Anybody that thinks that anyone runs a small business is somehow running around and buying Ferraris and going on flash holidays, they really are misguided. Yeah. They really are, because we're doing it because we have a wealth of knowledge, an absolute passion, and we will put the customer at the center of everything. And that's whether we're selling them a fridge or a piece of flooring or anything. Anybody that has a small independent store. Like if I was going to do up my house, and I have done, I will use local independents. I will be your only person that doesn't have an Amazon account, and I won't have one.
Wow.
I won't have one, because for me, that's my little soapbox moment.
Yeah.
They don't pay taxes. It's unfair. It's unscrupulous business, and I won't have anything to do with it. I know that's silly.
No, it's
but
not. It's
how
not.
I feel. It's my little rebellion.
I wish I could be like that.
I know. I don't need them.
And so to have that stance, I have a lot of respect for,
I don't have young kids. I get the pressure of it. I get that I can, but it doesn't take me much to walk to Robert Dyas.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. We've just got lazy.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
That's another story. Let me ask you a question, Jackie. So I'm 51. Boobs are going south. Okay. Now, can someone my age still wear like a Hello Boys type bra?
Oh, Anna, and know that answer. You know what I'm going to say to that. Of course.
But sometimes I think, what am I thinking?
Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, good. Because
honestly,
push-up bras.
Yes. And, okay. So what I always say to customers is we need to check in on size alone on a bra every 5 years.
Okay.
Obviously, I would like to think that we would change our bra within that 5 years, because, we wear a bra, right? Especially if you've got two and you're circulating. We wear them. They get knackered. They do. They're close to our bodies. They work hard. Especially if you've got a fuller bust, they work hard. As we get older, we need a different type of bra. You're right. We do need a little bit more support, a little bit more structure. But there are beautiful, beautiful brands out there that do both, that make you feel sassy.
Yeah.
And, if we were to go down that 50+ woman that's been through the menopause and is struggling, and physically, relationships are difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Sex drive goes, everything gets complicated, that you're fitting in between older parents and young kids and teenagers. And as you know, teenagers need just as much care as toddlers, and then you've got parents. You're in that sandwich. Who gets lost?
Yeah.
So it's very important to me at that stage of a woman's life that they can feel that they feel empowered, and that you can feel sexy, and that you can feel good about yourselves. Because if you do, if you feel good about yourself, the world is just a better place. It's like that time you came to me.
Yeah.
And you said, I want to swimwear, and you were going away with hubby.
Oh, yes.
And which I've always really admired about you, that you take that time together. You've always prioritized that time, haven't you?
Yeah. And I know it because I'll always come into your shop.
Like 2 minutes before you're about to go on the holiday or go away for the break. Yeah. It's all good. Because I love it, because it makes me want to give you the confidence. So, and you came to me and you said, I want a swimsuit, and you were really negative about your body, and you're like, but I said, right, I'm going to show you a bikini.
Yeah. And I'd never worn one before. Yeah.
And what colour was it? A luminous pink.
Oh, yeah.
And I made you try it.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't. I mean, it sounds like I am a bit bossy.
No,
but I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Because, if you, I know when someone is gonna rock this, because I know my product. We do know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you looked amazing in that bikini.
Oh my God. And I never thought I could wear a bikini.
No.
I was just like, are you kidding me? And that's the thing. You transformed me through those years.
And who is going to remember you and go, oh, well, she looked awful in a bikini. Yeah. No one is going to remember that. No one's even going to do that. Women are going to look at other women and go, oh my God, she looks amazing. What a confident woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
And that's the most powerful message.
It's really powerful.
Because it didn't matter what stage, when I look back at myself, I mean, the crazy thing is I look back 20 years ago and I think, or 30 years ago, like, oh my God, I was 20 kilos less, but I was never happy.
No.
And and that's the saddest thing.
It's really.
Absolutely. And I feel now is, okay, here I am at this age and I am 20 kilos more and still, you know, obviously, always.
And gorgeous and sexy and all of those things still.
But I have completely changed my attitude. And as a result, it doesn't matter what. First of all, with clothes, all those piles, I'd be like, oh, I'll save this in case I lose the weight. Gone. And it's so liberating.
Yeah, good.
Dressing for the moment and going, well, this is me now. And I'm just going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to do that, buy a dress smaller like I used to do because I need to lose the weight.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, you know, with swimwear as well. It's with anything. It's that confidence, right?
Confidence is very attractive.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know.
Exactly.
And again, if I'm honest, some of the women that come to us that have got the most beautiful bodies, and I genuinely, we would all be going, okay, that's
Stunning.
good.
Yeah.
I've got the least confidence.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's really sad, but you can't do that for everybody.
No,
you can't. If I say to someone, just try it on for me. We're just having fun here and there's no pressure. Just try this on. And they put something on and then they don't say anything. They go completely quiet. You know, they don't hate it.
Yeah, because they'd say something straight away.
Because they'd say something straight away. So you know that you are gently
giving them
you're giving them permission to say, I look okay.
Yeah.
I look okay. I can't quite say it out loud, but I'm not hating this. I look okay. That is such a lovely moment for me.
Yeah.
When someone isn't saying, I hate myself, look at this lump. And, you know, they'll say, oh, look at this bit, look at that bit, look at the other bit. And the other thing I say is never point that out to anyone.
No.
Never say, look at my bum, look at my elbows, look at my knees to anyone, because where are they going to look?
Yeah, exactly.
Just there.
Yeah. Exactly. But isn't it funny? The reason they're saying that is because that's all they can see.
All they can see.
And they can't see, there's a slim waist there.
Yeah.
And there's like this lovely, you know, cleavage and this and that, you know. And I feel like it was
so true.
For me, it was such an aha moment when I came to you.
Good.
And there have been lots of those moments, honestly, where you'll just say, right, try this, try that, try that. And it's so much fun and it's liberating.
Yeah.
And you just think, where do you get that? Where someone is literally just focusing on the good and you suddenly come out feeling $1 million.
Well, they're not, because that's investing in people.
Yeah, of course.
And that's expensive and that takes time. Yeah. You can't do that sort of thing in 5 minutes.
It's so interesting because it's sort of, while you're talking, Jackie, so many things are actually going through my mind. And one of the things you said earlier was that I always used to come in just before going on a trip. Now, let me ask you this. When's the last time I did that? It was a while ago.
Oh.
It was at least a couple of years. Right.
Well,
and as I'm doing that, I'm thinking, and I remember just recently thinking, should I make an effort?
Yes.
And going, nah, can't be bothered. And it is so, everything goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does.
It all goes hand in hand. And I'm thinking, my God, it's so easy. Even with me throughout the years, making that effort and going, right, I'm making this special, this, and the other. I'm at this point in my life where I feel good. I know I feel my confidence, my belief in myself.
And so
but it doesn't matter.
No.
Because there's always that little bit of, whatever, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. I'm this, I'm that. And sometimes you just need that reminder.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
you've just given it to me.
Well, I'm honestly, I again, you know, what we do is talk to women every day, you know, and I think it's a really important part of a long-term relationship that you check in on each other.
Yeah.
In that way, because I think it allows that space to be about you and to go, I remember you. I remember you. And I've seen that be extremely powerful in relationships with women. I mean, obviously we see a lot of sadness as well. We see a lot of couples, a lot of women that I've known over the years that have gone through divorces, are going through divorces now later in life. It's incredibly hard because you feel very vulnerable. But keeping that special relationship going in that way it's powerful. I would encourage everyone to do it, unless this is a single woman, because I see it.
Yeah.
I see how important it is.
Do you think it almost starts with you doing that for yourself and then there's a knock-on effect? Because do you remember how you said wearing that grey, dingy bra, doing the gardening?
Yeah.
And it's almost, because I feel like that, where I just sometimes completely neglect, because I'm just like, oh God, I'm more focused on the top because then that makes me feel a certain way. But truth be told, I think it's just, maybe that's what some women need to, or we need to do, is start with that. Do we feel good? And then it will go to, well, can I make my partner feel,
I think it's all about that. If we value ourselves in that way of saying, oh, it does matter how I feel, it will affect everything. And it's not a big thing. I mean, I do feel sometimes that we've gone a little bit down a route of me, and I think that isn't necessarily a woman's strength, because I think a lot of women's strength is giving and is nurturing, but it's a balance.
It's a balance.
If we completely neglect ourselves, then I don't think we're good for anything, to be honest. I think there is that, girl power. Our girlfriends are so important, aren't they? Where we get that freedom of being able to talk, and we have that. A lot of men don't have that network that we have, or the ability to have that network. But it all starts with us. Don't buy a sexy bra necessarily for somebody else. Buy it because you feel and you want to be on your A game. If you're going into a meeting and talking in front of a load of people and you've got a grey horrible bra on, I know I would not feel as empowered as if I go, I am together. I've got matching knickers on today. I might not have had them on yesterday, but I've got them on today and I feel good. Because you wouldn't go out looking on your outside looking unprepared. Why would you do that next to your body? Your body is important. Your body is everything. It's how you move your hands. It's how you move your, how you express yourself. Give it the best shot you've got.
Love it. I love it, Jackie. Do you know what? Right now, I just feel like I need to come to your shop. I really feel like, wow, but actually just for myself.
For yourself, and then
see what happens.
Then see what happens.
Exactly. Oh, that's brilliant. So, Jackie, I did start off by mentioning, you were in that top 100 boutiques.
Yes, I know.
Last year, which was so exciting.
It was wonderful. Last year I was 60, and some really cool things happened, and it felt like a little pat on the back. It really did. It was a really good year. And I'm surrounded by amazing women. I work with amazing women. All my team are just fabulous. We're really close, and I value every single one of them. I'm extremely lucky. But we all share one thing. We all share empathy. We all care about each other.
Oh, that is
We
lovely.
cook together. We eat together. I'm never without a cup of tea. I'm always looked after. And that's very special. Very special.
That is so nice.
Yeah, it's very special.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
And hopefully that radiates.
Yeah.
Because that's the power of it. Most people come into the shop and say it's got a good vibe. And I think it's that.
Yeah. It definitely does have a good vibe.
Yeah. I think it's that. It's that we care.
Yeah. And what are your plans for 2026? Is there anything that you'd like to do?
Oh my gosh, there's always a list, because I am passionate about my subject, as you've read. Sorry if I've gone on. I want to work closer with breast health. I want to work closely with getting the message out about the profession of bra fitting, because it's being lost. The relationship with my suppliers and that message is difficult, it's challenging. A lot of the companies that I deal with that are my best sellers, are the best products in the world, are European. We are a very small market. We have a very small voice, but I want to try and persuade and work with them to get better relationships, to get more support in terms of how we support women across the UK. I think messaging needs to change. I think it almost needs to start with teens. My teen business is so important to me, is getting girls confident. There's a huge dropout rate of girls in sport around their age of sort of 12, 13, 14, because of their body confidence and their lack of support in a sports bra. They drop out of sport because they don't feel confident, because they might be having to change at school in big changing rooms, and their identity is wrapped around all this social media
that's
complexity of mismessaging and pressure that they're under. I mean, it's immense.
I actually remember a really close friend of mine, she was saying when her daughters were sort of early teens and then going into their teen years, they just stopped wearing bras.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Because they were like, you know what, we're just going to be liberated, women, girls, that sort of thing. And I remember thinking, oh my God, it's maybe if you've got small breasts, but if you've got larger ones, just from a practical point of view, right?
I mean, again, there's a lot of peer pressure on young women.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mismessaging. There's a lot of rubbish out there. They're not listening in the same way.
You know, Jackie, my 12-year-old, she is definitely not petite. She's taller than me now, but she has a really lovely size, and I'm very careful to be like, you know, you look great.
Yeah.
You know,
that's very important.
Very important, obviously. But I remember she just recently, we were on King's Road, and she went into the shop called Brandy Melville. I'd never heard of. I went in. I was horrified. There was one size only. Nothing in that shop fit her.
No.
And they basically have all these little bralettes and these skimpy little things. And she was just desperate to have something. And she sort of said, well, I could put it over my bra. And I'm thinking, what the hell is the point of that? You know,
it's to fit in.
It's to fit in.
And that product is cheap.
Yeah. And I was just like,
it's
and she said, but you don't
cheap.
understand. It's like to show the strap. It doesn't matter because it will be over the bra type thing. But one of the things I try and do is just instill this sort of confidence. You know, I really try, and I'm so like cautious and worried about how the next years are. She's 12 now, but suddenly,
it's a very sensitive time.
Yeah.
And it can be one comment from a friend, it can be from anyone actually. There'll be one comment that will stick and it can be very damaging. And I've heard, you know, sadly, I've even heard it from mums in changing rooms with daughters, where they say, I didn't realise she was that big.
Yeah.
And she's tiny, but because the mother doesn't understand the sizing, and, you know, I've said a D cup, she assumes that a D cup is massive. It's not. It's tiny, and it's relative if you're a 28 back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tiny. It's in proportion. It's perfect, actually. So I'm saying, oh my God, you look amazing. You look perfect. And the mother's turned around and said, I didn't realise she was that big. Well, that's
awful.
That's not helpful.
Yeah.
But it's because of lack of information. The mother obviously would never intend to do that. Yeah. That's not an intention. Yeah. It's a genuine misunderstanding of what the situation is. And then the other swing is you give too much. There's too much debate. You know, wearing a right size bra is a human right.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, it's something that we should all be. But if the mothers aren't educated in the same way, because they don't rate it or don't think or haven't found the body confidence themselves, they're just going to pass it down. So it goes
back
hard
to what you said, Jackie. It's almost shocking the lack of awareness and understanding on just bra sizing, whatever,
100%.
for women in general.
So if you've got a company that is only selling you 12 sizes of something, they want everybody in the world to fit into those.
Yeah.
That it's just a marketing ploy. They're selling a product at a certain price to make money. They don't care.
Yeah.
Going back to what I said.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got over 150 different sizes.
Wow.
From a 28 back up to a 44 plus. I go from an A cup through to a J cup, a K cup, and everything in between. So if somebody comes in, I am not compromising on anything. Anywhere that's selling anything, small, medium, large, or a dual cup size, is not thinking about how that will benefit anyone. And it is difficult because trends and fashion and way that kids are influenced will make parents' influence much weaker. And parents aren't, I'm going to say it, standing up and saying, you have to kind of go with this because this is the right thing for you. Parents are powerless. Yeah. And it's scary. It's scary because the young women don't have the experience. You know, they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the understanding of what's going to happen to them in their later life because they're young and they shouldn't. But if they were encouraged to feel good about wearing the right thing because the generations were feeling good about wearing the right thing, then that may help. And it is lack of information. It's really hard. It's a really hard space to be in right now.
Okay, let me ask you some questions, some quick fire lingerie questions. What do you think of Skims?
Overpriced, and just not a good product. I would never put that in my store.
Wonder Bra.
Wonder Bra has a place. It's made to a price point. It gives you the cleavage that girls want. I wouldn't sell it because, again, I would sell a product that's kind of... What I always used to say about Wonder Bra, because obviously I was there in those days when it was like the height of its fashion. Hello, boys. You couldn't get away with that now. It's like,
exactly.
It's like putting your foot into a pointed shoe. You're pushing your bust into a shape. Long term, that's not good. So for an occasion, I think it's a great bra. For every day,
no.
For me, it's not. It's about bust health, and that isn't generating a natural shape or your best natural shape. It's forcing a shape which isn't great long term.
So what brand would you recommend? What, in your opinion, is a sexy brand that you just think, wow?
Sexy brand is something like Aubade, which is the epitome of French lingerie for women. It is the most beautiful product. And you look at, I look at an Empreinte bra and I think, an Aubade bra, and I think that is what lingerie should look like. It is. And you can buy it alongside your practical everyday t-shirt bra, because let's face it, we all need a practical everyday t-shirt bra. But that will make you feel good, whatever.
Oh, and what would you suggest is a good brand for a practical everyday t-shirt bra?
I think, again, that's a really big question because it just depends on what size you are.
So you've got to try different...
You've got to try different brands on. I've got favourite brands that I believe are the best in the world. That's why I sell them. You know, Chantel, exceptional t-shirt bras. Simon Priel, exceptional t-shirt bras. Empreinte, for a fuller bust, exceptional product. Exceptional. They are masters of what they do. Their lives, their businesses are over 100 years old. Empreinte is 80 years old. They care about their product and what they're doing. They want to make people feel good and comfortable and safe and sexy and could run for a bus and do all of the above that women have to do.
Amazing. Amazing. I love that. So Jackie,
yes.
One of the things I like to do is with Banter is recommendations.
Okay.
So have you got a favourite book?
I have.
Yeah?
and it's called The Queen of Bloody Everything.
Oh, can you tell me?
It's fantastic.
Is it fiction?
Yeah, it's nostalgia. It's just the best book. It reference points through my life. It's about a relationship between a mother and a daughter. It's brilliant. It's brilliantly written. Brilliantly written.
Great.
So I definitely look out for
Okay,
that.
I'm going to check that out. What about a TV show? Or is that tricky?
I do like a good TV show. I mean, again, it's going to be the classics, isn't it? It's going to be the classics like Ted Lasso. I mean, come on, it's just brilliant. Bridgerton, Emily in Paris. I love all the rubbish. I like a happy ending. Yeah, I'm really rubbish at anything. As I've got older, I just don't want anything too destructive, or I can't. I find that really difficult to do. I was thinking about a recommendation. And it's a bit off the cuff. It's called Offspring. I do love an Australian soap or an Australian sort of black. I love their humour. Yeah. Like Colin from Accounting.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's such a good
this
one.
is Offspring, and it's a few years old now, and it's about families, and it's about a young woman going through her life and her family and her relationships and everything. But it's just fabulous. It's fabulous. I think it's on Netflix. Yeah. It's absolutely fabulous.
Oh, I'll check that out.
But it's quite an unknown one, so I was trying to think of an unknown one other than the sort of go-tos at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I'm going to check that out. What about a favourite film? Or is that...
That's really hard, isn't it? That's so hard. I mean, I've got so many that you just... I mean, even things like, Billy Elliot. Yeah. And, things like that just move you emotionally. And, I love a good rom-com. I mean, who doesn't love Holiday and all of those slushy, silly
when I think things. My favourite movie, without any prep,
that's where that came from. Yeah.
It'll be When Harry Met Sally. It's just such a classic, right?
It's brilliant. Oh. It's brilliant. Yeah. And we all need to be... bit of that, don't we? We all need a bit of escapism.
Absolutely.
Where you can just watch something and
especially
switch off.
Yeah.
Don't. Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Exactly. The final thing. Do you enjoy cooking, Jackie, or do you just sort of?
I do. I think it's hard as a single person because I don't enjoy cooking for myself, but I love cooking for people. Oh. So when you said to me to think about that, for me, it's always going to be a roast, because a roast dinner means that you've got your family around, you've got your friends around. It's just a big celebration, isn't it? Yeah. So it's not complicated. It's just a good old-fashioned roast.
Lovely. Yeah. And do you have any special, what's your favourite veggies to do? Or is it just the usual suspects like carrots?
Well, I would try and do a bit of a mix up with that. I like a bit of red cabbage. I like a bit of celeriac. That would get sort of chucked into something along the way. I think I'm fairly traditional, but I like, me and Delia.
Would you make your own gravy?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, lovely. 100%.
And it has to be bread sauce, right?
Oh, my
God.
To be bread sauce. Love it.
Traditional girl.
That is amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jackie, for coming on. I have loved our conversation. And it's really, honestly, my first thing is I just want to come and see you.
Bless you. Well, that's so kind.
I love what you do. You have the most incredible shop.
Thank you.
And I just wish you all the success.
Well, I need to say back at you, because you have supported me as well through your wonderful soliciting. You can't really say that, can you? Being my solicitor that's helped me through, probate, loss of my mum, wills, power of attorney, all the things that you've done for me. I really, really value them, because you are super, super kind with your approach, but also you're practical, and you don't make a fuss of things. You just deal with things in a really calm, beautiful way. And I think that's very special. So I think everyone listening to this needs to know that.
Yeah, I am a solicitor.
Yes, but you are a solicitor, but you are one of the best, because you really demyth things and make it very easy. And you're very kind and empathetic, and that counts.
Oh, thank you, Jackie. That's so special. And I hope you'll come on the podcast again.
You might not want me back. Yes, I'm nothing but passionate about A lot of things.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Real talk, real life. I would like to thank Jackie Upton for joining me today. I had such a wonderful time chatting to her. She's an incredible person. I find her inspiring, motivating, and more than anything, just a lovely human being. She has done so much for our local community, and she works regularly with local shops in the area to promote them, to bring back awareness of the struggles of small retail businesses. And I wish her all the best for 2026. And I can't wait to hear about the next part of her journey. So as always, if you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to rate and review us. And I love your feedback. So join me next week for the next episode of Banter. And I can't wait to chat to you then.